Wublin Island is a fan favorite island that has received a lot of praise throughout the years, though it has gotten a lot of criticism towards a particular 5 monsters. Let's see if the Monstercast crew agrees with the criticism. Alright, let's see. So the bad monsters. Well, okay. So we couldn't really come up with any actually bad monsters. The worst this island gets was a couple of average air fillers. Scargo just isn't very impactful and Pixola has a pretty weak composition. And that's really it. And neither monster is bad, just average. This puts me in an awkward spot because there is nothing to really talk about here. So I guess we're moving on then. So let's talk about the Pointless 5. The controversy from these guys comes from the name alone, pointless. A lot of people see these 5 as unnecessary additions to the song that clutter the song and weaken it. Now these opinions are valid, however I would like to disagree. A large part of the reason why people think this is looking at the island at bass mixing, in which case yeah, the 5 weaken it because they are so much louder than everything else. This is why I don't consider the bass mixing of a song into these critiques, because for one, the volume slider exists and you can customize the volume of each monster to your liking, and the game is built around that. And 2, it just takes away from the monster. Like, a monster like Zinz is really cool, and I'll get to him in a bit, but I could also just say it's too quiet moving on, disregarding everything about the intricacies of the sound. Same with these 5, Astropod is a nice air filler, Fleechworm is good flourish, Bon Appetit is a great percussionist, and I don't have a lot to say on the other 2, but I can appreciate both of them. Okay, now for the good stuff, and there's a lot here. The percussion line is fantastic. Even though these are extremely complex percussionists, each of them play off of each other flawlessly. The 3 highlights are 1, Duamthro, being the main percussionist and giving much of the life and energy in the song. 2 is Timpa, which is a great supporting percussionist, and 3 Bon Appetit, which has one of the most unique instrumentation for percussionists in the whole game. Brump and Dermot are very good vocalists that do it perfectly and don't take any spotlight away from other monsters in the song, and despite their gruff nature they add a lot of energy to the song. Wajay is another phenomenal vocal, and it's just simply iconic. It's one of the most identifiable vocalists in the whole game, and it melds itself into the song seamlessly. Giger and Zucker are simply phenomenal in every way. Starting in the intro, and Giger brings so much personality to the jazzy tone of the intro. Its melody is flawless and phenomenal and catchy, and the second track is even better, switching up to the more climatic tone of the rest of the song. It melds itself perfectly with everything playing alongside it, especially Zucker. Speaking of, Zucker manages to make a kazoo not awful and not annoying and instead catchy and lively. It complements everything flawlessly and a shining example of a supportive counter melody. Poic and Zinz are 2 very atmospheric and eerie instrumentals. This sounds like it would be terrible. This is a very rhythmic and climatic song, so adding something like that seems awful. But it doesn't, it actually works flawlessly. Why is that? The simple answer is pacing. These 2 may be dark and eerie, but they're also fast paced and keep up with the rest of the song at all times. This is why they're able to fit in despite doing such drastically different things. AKA, this is what Sanctum wanted to do. Moving past that, they're crucial air fillers. Zinz switching up its rhythms is such a small and delicate detail, but it adds so much in a full song. And Poic barely missed out on the best monster on the island. It is an organ done right with the main melody hidden underneath the frantic notes. It's similar to how organ music was composed way back in the day, and I applaud it for doing that. Similar to Poic and Zinz, Monculus and Screamo are eerie vocals that worked since they match the pacing of the song. Monculus is such an interesting monster. Its effects add to the eerie nature of this monster. Its performance is great too, and the only thing holding it back is the fact that it only plays once. Seriously, listen to this thing alongside Poic, it's phenomenal, and a massive missed opportunity it didn't in the full song. Screamo takes Poic's melody but on a 2-voice vocal and it works amazingly well. Its performance is so dreary yet catchy, and alongside Wajay, it's just an iconic duo. Now the best monster will come to a shock to absolutely no one, it's Thwok. Thwok is easily the best bass in the entire game, it's not even a contest. What makes this such a good bass track is both its melody in the beginning and its rhythms. A rhythmically interesting bass and one that complements your main melody is a guaranteed way to have a phenomenal bassline, and Swak is a phenomenal example at that. Having not too complex but just rhythmically interesting tracks that act as a foundation and a complement to Giger. We decided on Swak on the best monster over Poek simply because it plays more than Poek, but that's not to diss Poek at all, both are perfect monsters. So that's Wublin Island, a fan favorite island, and I guess we're doing this. Yeah, of course it's good. It's Wublin Island. There's literally nothing I could badmouth about it. At that point, it would just be nitpicks. It's just that good. So that's that. Do you agree or disagree? Do we wake up the Wublins or put everyone to sleep? Let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it from me, and I'll see you all in the next one.